Hey, you and me, we're improving our quality of movement and overall training benefit by continuing to incorporate movement sophistication into our programs. This round, we're going to look at circular strength training's tripod overhead extension. Now to get started, this may seem simple, but it is a really important foundation for getting to the end movement. We're going to have feet between hip and shoulder distance apart. We're going to have hands in behind your back with the fingers released towards the wall behind you. From here, we're going to start to drive off of our heels and eventually feel it shift into mid-foot, but we're driving off of our feet and driving the hips up. Now, very important point. Many of us, our shoulders are super tight and the range at which they're going to be able to go is going to vary from person to person. So you want to make sure that as you come up, you do not overstrain. You don't try and get a stretch out of your shoulders by overstraining. It's only going to create a lot more tension and a lot of discomfort throughout your neck. So what we want to do is first start safely, driving up to whatever range your shoulders will allow you and going from there. And as they start to release, then allowing the hips to come up higher. Now, with the arms, very important, it's subtle, it's very subtle, but I've got soft elbows. You want to have soft elbows so that not completely locked out. Soft elbows through the movement so that as we are driving up, then eventually as we get to the end point, you lock the elbows out. So only at the top of the movement does the elbows then lock out. And then as you start to come down, soften the elbows again. Because you'll notice, if I drive up and I keep my arms bent, our shoulders start to round forward. And as the shoulders round forward, it starts to break the back and it starts to break the hips. And then it's really hard to actually extend up because of those bent arms. So you want to allow your elbows to lock out at the top, straight. If any of you have super hyper extending elbows that go in the opposite direction, keep it straight. The idea is that we're resting on our bones, that they're struts, supportive struts that we can keep our weight on, so that we can then drive the hips up and down, and up, down, and up, down, and up. From the front. Again, may seem very simple, but oh so important to get this foundation laid. Driving, so you're driving off of your feet as you raise up, driving off of the feet as you raise up. Slight bend in the elbows as you're coming up to support and locking at the top, and then back to soft elbows on the way down. Start with that this week, and remember, don't push too hard through the range of your shoulder. Watch where your shoulder is at and go to the extent that it allows. If you end up needing an extra week just to allow the shoulders to continue to open up as you're moving, then do so. We'll be around for a little while. All right? Have a good one. See you next week.